Hello, stalkers, and welcome back to Misery. Now, in the last part, we got this stylish wall carpet, as well as some pretty imperative things for our base, and we made a buccal detector. Very cool. So, in this episode, I say we head out into the zone and attempt to use this buccal to further our money-making schemes. We also need to be on the lookout for crops. Large crops. We can build small crops, which we'll do when we get back. In the event we don't find a large crop, we need planters. And these planters are going to help us convert our measly operation into a massive, massive farming operation worth many rubles. Many rubles. So, stepping out here, let us attempt to hunt with our buccal. The radiation's too high here. Perhaps not. There's always next time. There's always next time. Okay, so craters have a near lethal amount of radiation contained within them. Duly noted. Moving right along here, I'm going to keep this out in our hand. I don't think it needs to be activated. No, you just have to walk into anomalous fields. Like here. Okay, very good. Now, I am historically very bad at navigating this particular anomaly field, so fingers crossed we don't get impaled. Fingers crossed we end up with some very cool things. Yes. We're very close. It should be. Molodits! Oh, yes. Good job. All right, awesome. Stimulates tissue regeneration, but causes a temporary increase in appetite as the body requires more resources for recovery. Alright, so we get hunger, radiation. Well, we can take the hit now, but we get to health. Look at this. What a cool little guy. Alright, we are going to stash that in our inventory for the time being. Oh, congratulations, stalkers. That was our first artifact. Very, very cool. Very cool. We're gonna continue pushing on here and see if we get any more hits on our detector. Oh no, the road does end here, but that's alright. We can continue on. This would be heading west. There's a deer ripe for the picking. But no, we mustn't. Alright. We're gonna hop down here. We did not break our legs. Found some gunpowder. We will be picking that up now. As well as a stash. Jar of tomatoes, 47 rubles. Now, see, that's the stash I'm talking about. It has food. It has money. The red rubles. And a cockroach, a little friend for you and your expedition. Perhaps you keep him in a matchbox. Perhaps not. Perhaps you don't do that. I'm moving right along here. Here's the crater. Our bunker opening is on the other side of this. We're going to hold our detector and continue on in this storm. In my neck of the woods, so you say, we are in the middle of a rainstorm right now. It's been raining the past couple days. We've had really, really awesome thunderstorms. I love rain. I love bad weather. I don't think it's necessarily bad weather, you know, but that's just me. I'd rather it rain than be sunny. I like the cold over the heat, but every once in a while some heat is nice. But it's definitely not my favorite. Alright, I don't want to get us too lost out here. But I would like to find some huts. I see the camp over there. I was kind of hoping to find the hut with the wind turbine, but instead we have found this hut. Bottle of water. We're going to go ahead and drink this. And we're going to take this safe with us. Forgive me, friend. Oh, more wheat. Yes, please. Rubles and anti-rad. All are very good. Some flour. We'll take that back with us. Why not? Why not? I'm very excited to see what artifacts go for in this stage of misery. And forgive me for not having more misery up or not having more zomboid up. I'm trying to space everything out, and I'm a new creator. Goes without saying, but I'm still trying to figure out what works for me and what timeline works for me, allowing me to be productive and also, you know, not burn myself out. My goal is to have a video posted every day, and I've done pretty good about that. I missed one day, barely missed the window because YouTube, for those of you who also make content yourselves or have attempted or, you know, etc. For new content creators, YouTube forces your videos to take about 2 hours plus to upload and code before you can put them on the page, on your page, excuse me, which is not so good when, you know, you, for example, your plans change and you can't record when you thought you were able to, or you have to record later in the day, or, you know, something comes up. It's not very good for you. I wanted to look here and see if that PPSH is in there. I think I see something there, but it's not the PPSH. But, yeah, so my recording time got pushed back significantly 2 days ago. Oh. Ah! Holy cow. Yeah, we'll drop this flower right here. We'll take that. Yes, 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 yes. Hunger, thirst, and stamina. Oh my god. We'll hold on to that, no problem. Niet problema. Very good, stalkers. Very good. Keep us full and keep our energy levels up. But, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. What I was saying about YouTube is that if my plans get pushed back and I don't have a video in the hole, unfortunately for me, that throws my schedule off. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. You know, I know YouTube is going to selectively pick out bits and pieces of my content, and it's going to show them to more of an audience. I've been looking at the impressions, and we've got like 10,000 impressions, almost 1,000 views total, 24 subs at the time of recording. All these are numbers at the time of recording. It is 11 o'clock on the 21st right now. Let's see what medic is willing to give us for some of these artifacts. Jewelry box, 50. Is it 50 for all? Okay. There's 50 for all of them. Okay, it's 50 rubles for all of them. I think instead of selling them, perhaps we carry them on us. What do you say? about iron here? I don't want to gain radiation, so we are going to sell iron. And then we'll move over to the junk dealer. And we picked up some armor plates and gasoline to sell, as well as a game brick. And we can, why not, go ahead and sell off our loose materials here. Our glass, and so. Yes, alright, moving right along. We'll go visit Barman next. Get rid of our seed packs. Never selling our wheat though. No, that would be unwise. Very unwise of us here. Does he buy gunpowder, junk dealer? No, he does not, but he does buy glass. Do we have more? Oh, yeah. Alright, perfect. 211 rubles richer. Fantastic. Artifact hunting doesn't seem to be such a bad way to get rich relatively quickly. Just have to have a detector and have some gold, I suppose. Back home, and it is a beautiful home, is it not? We are going to set up another safe here in the corner. And this one will start by throwing all... Yeah, we'll throw all of our rubles into one safe. And then we can also store food and beverages in one safe as well. The other safe we can use purely for ammunition and firearms, which will help us tremendously. Alright, stalkers. We did a little bit of organizing. Still on the same mission, no doubt. But we have our weapons organized, and then we have our valuables and some food items organized. I'm going to pick up our excrement here and take it up. I cannot wait for us to find a planter and get this show on the road. I'm really, really excited to do the gardening, or, you know, expand on the garden. Jesus. I am really excited to utilize the gardening mechanic and show you guys what that's all about. Very excited. Well, we're going to keep artifact hunting here. We're going to go out to right here, out to the east, and see what we can see. And try not to get lost. Because this might not seem like it, but this is a no-death run. I like to think that keeps it interesting. Do an Iron Man run. Okay, so... Nope, we are being heralded back to our bunker by the sirens. I just imagine, every time I hear these sirens, I think of Trevor Henderson's Siren Head creeping through the forest, and ugh, God, it gives me a chill. It gives me a pretty bad chill. Man, we have a run ahead of us. Alright, we're gonna stop by Sears's, I believe, and wait this one out. Yes. Huh, where did we get a second axe? Did I take that from home, perhaps? Alright, so we're... Ooh, an MRE. 65 rubles. An energy drink? I haven't had a look at any of this stuff, really. Perhaps we should pay more attention to the wares in which they sell. How much is this fusel? Oh, good. I clicked on it. 115. Cool, there's a couple weapons we were able to find out there. So we're gonna drop that axe in favor of our non-damaged axe. Shock. Congratulations, my dear stalkers. We have survived our 4th emission. And I don't know if the environments change yet. No, it does not seem so. So we are back out into the zone as we know it, greeted by Baba Yaga, as well as the cemetery. Is that a boar or a deer? Okay. I was looking at the tail end of that creature, and I did not like what I was looking at. Let's see if we can eliminate him. Oh, yes. You cannot run from us, dear friend. Get it? Moving right along here. Baba Yaga, let us in your home. Ooh. You have to trick the chicken legs. Very good. Some anti-rads, as per usual. There's also brooms here on the wall that perhaps we take at a later date. They say that you can keep the radioactive material out of your bunker. I don't know how true that is, or if that's an actual mechanic or not. But I suppose we could find out. I mean, there is one way to find out, isn't there? Alright, moving right along here. Another anomalous field. Perhaps this one contains an artifact? Our detector is locked in at a 0, though. Perhaps it doesn't. Something... Now, I know that there's been... there was the DMCA action, and I know it has been removed. Which, by the way, go pick up Misery if you haven't yet. It's very cheap, fun with friends, and fun by yourself. If you're like me and you are a solo game player, this is the game for you, my dear friends. Very well could be the game for you, at least. Okay. We are going to... Oh, we don't have room for the safe. Never mind, we're not going to take that safe then. But someone fill me in, please. Are bolts copyright? Is throwing bolts at anomalous fields considered a copyright infringement? Because it seems, you know, kind of unbelievable that GSC Game World would be able to own the rights to bolts, right? Doesn't that seem strange? That's not true, is it? I just noticed a distinct lack of bolts in Misery, and perhaps it's a purposeful oversight by Zaslavie. Perhaps not, but when you're interacting here with anomalous fields, most of it's done visually, by visually identifying and skirting around them. Move through this mass grave here, taking what we can carry and what we need. And a sip of water. Ooh. Today, we are the boar hunter. Yes, very good. Very good. We are severely injured, though. Perhaps we should turn back and sell our spoils. What do you think? There's Baba Yaga in the cemetery. Perhaps we go back and sell our spoils quickly. And then we come back. Also heal ourselves up while we're out here. Also, I notice we sneeze a lot, and I'm curious if that's just a detail added into the game or if that has some type of deeper meaning. I think we're gonna keep that deer skin. Next deer we kill, we'll keep the rack, and we'll hang it up on our wall. Yeah, something I think would be cool to see is some more base building elements, or maybe perhaps it's not entirely your bunker that you're putting together. Does that make sense? Very good. Our deer skin. Alright, let us drop our items off here quickly. And then we'll be back on the road in no time. I am going to keep this vodka in the event we run into a dwarf. It sounds like I'm lying to you, but I promise I'm not. Oh! We can find these little mythical dwarves out in the wild, and we can feed them vodka. And in doing so, we can pick them up and steal them away. Now, the reason we steal them away is kind of hilarious. We use them... Oh. Man. Oh no. Well, my dear friends, that is our first death. So much for an Iron Man run, huh? That's alright. No one's keeping track. We are going to go out and find our body, though. I believe you can recover your body. My stamina is dangerously... Yes, there we are. That is the first time we have not survived. But it is good to know we can recover our gear. We just have to be careful from now on. More careful than we were being. This artifact will greatly enhance our stamina recovery. I find the bombing runs to be a little inconsistent on how they drop. That's the first time we've died to one here in our playthrough, but I've had a few deaths to them. I find that if you run directly backwards, that is your best course of action. Like, it's flying overhead, you run not parallel to it, but you run in line with it in the direction in which it was traveling. And that seems to do alright, but, you know, I guess no system is perfect. It seems like the bombs themselves fall a little off to the right. And perhaps they've done damage to us before and I just haven't noticed it. But another bunker. Another bunker, another stash. We're gonna bandage up quickly, as well as eat. I can only assume it's death that causes us. Oh wow, okay. Why did our energy go down after eating? That seems strange. Alright, nevertheless, we should probably start heading back, just to be safe. We are in a great deal of, not pain, but we've got quite a few status effects. I say that as I push us deeper into the zone. All I know is exploring. All I know is adventure. I haven't had a dull day in my life. And if you see what I see, then perhaps you are very happy. Yes. Hello. Yes, my little friend. Come with me. Look at that! A drunk dwarf used to craft the dwarf generator at the crafting bench. We have a little friend. I see a Baba Yaga hut. We don't have any more vodka, so we won't be taking his friends. But rest assured, your friend, no harm will come to him. No harm will come to your friend. No. Forcing him to run to power our generator. Some may call that slavery, but I call that an investment. I call that a good investment at that. 1 bottle of vodka for perhaps, how much power is it? 5 units of power? 10 units of power? I'm unsure. We're just out here milling about. Found a little stalker camp out in the wild. Very cool. A dwarf, a sofa. We're living large, my friends. We're living large. Continuing on here. There's another Baba Yaga. Have we entered this one already? We have, haven't we? Be able to tell. Yeah, we have been inside this one. Okay. Just me gaslighting myself, questioning my own sanity. I knew we'd been there. Yeah, so I attempted to record The Evil Within, and I had so many problems recording. It's starting to feel like the cursed playthrough. Everything's just not working in our favor when it comes to recording that game for some reason. I don't know what it is. I'm always just not totally in the mood going to record it. I start playing it, I'm having a good time, and we just encounter a lot of struggles in that playthrough. But you'll see that eventually. Sooner than later. I have to go back and reattempt that. So what are we doing? We are continuing to get rich very quickly because stacking the paper is going to allow us to do whatever it is we desire coming up, right? We need to drink. We need kvass. We really need a bottle of water. I didn't sell all of our resources, just a few of them. And I got us a sofa to help decorate. Very nice. Where did I get this axe from? I fear I'm losing. No, okay. No. I remember where we got the axe from. No worries. No worries. Really am starting to question myself here. I would love to see a feature implemented where you can take, perhaps take items such as the guitar and manipulate them so you can move them around a little bit. I think that would be really cool. One of my favorite aspects of games that have it is when you have the ability to place items within the world as you wish, right? Zomboid does a really good job at this. Perhaps the best example I can think of right now is Zomboid, allowing you to store items within your world. And off the top of my head, I can think of some other games that do it, like Fallout. But I always felt that the quote-unquote base building mechanics in Fallout kind of sucked, honestly. It just felt, I don't know, lackluster. They felt uninspired is what they felt. And, like a lot of things within the Fallout worlds, rushed. Surprisingly. I'm a Fallout New Vegas was my favorite Fallout. I stopped playing after 4. I did briefly pick up 76 and attempt it. I mean, it is my home state after all. But just didn't do it for me. Just didn't do it for me. I still think New Vegas was the last good Fallout, and I am a total stan. You know, call me what you want. I know everyone liked Fallout 4 for the most part. I just didn't. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay. Okay, that time we got good separation. Man, that gave me a bit of a fright. Look at these little dwarves. We're gonna get in here real quick. Nice. Torba. We're gonna get in here, loot this village, and then head back. PM mags, dead body, scrap. We're gonna head back, and I'm going to do what I said I was going to, which was build a planter. That is, assuming we don't find it in this village. I don't know whether or not it spawns here. So we'll find out together. When did we pick up a suitcase? No matter. Can't open that buffet. In the cupboard, we can sell... We can sell that radio. Do we have vodka on us? Did I already ask this? Set a respawn point? Which I still have absolutely no idea what that does. None whatsoever. And I'm kind of liking playing this blind. It's been... You know, with games, especially someone who consumes content, like, oftentimes, if I have consumed content on a game, I will still play through it. This is a game, though, that is rare, that I've not seen anything on this. Outside of my own playing, and, well, I guess that's not entirely true. I did watch some early, like, dev gameplay, but those were all in short form clips on TikTok, like I've said before. So, all this is blind to me. I don't know what the moral of that was. There was supposed to be a moral behind that story, I'm sure, but... You know, my short-term memory loss is becoming a more and more prominent feature on this channel. It's a character in and of itself. Are we running the wrong way? No, we can't be. Past the weird hand into the forest, right? We go into the forest, past the hut, then over here is Baba Yaga. Yeah, Baba Yaga, then there is a cemetery here, right? And then the bunker. Of course. This one's going to be close. So hold on to your pants. Oh, for God's sakes, this is way too close for comfort. We're going to have to get straight into Sears's here. Very good. Narrowly escaped. Whew. One made me a little tense. Quite honestly. 20 rubles for a radio. Computers for us, though. If you were looking at that and wondering why, don't you worry. Don't you worry. I would not lead you astray. $290 rubles. I think we're going to come back and buy this, as well as... We can buy a Spetsnaz uniform for 300. Alright, we're gonna run back to our home. I know we've been doing just fine with the gear that we have, and we're gonna continue to do just fine. But we can always do better, and we need to be able to carry more stuff. So, upping our weight allowance, it's gonna help us further our goal. So we're gonna throw this computer down, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, up and moving once more. Now, is this causing us to be more hungry and more thirsty? Because I feel like we're consuming significantly more water than we were previously. Perhaps not. Perhaps it's all the sprinting we're doing. We're going to drop this. We have 600 rubles in our bag now. And we are going to run down to Sears's and meet the tailor and purchase some items from him. Oh no. Forgive me. We need... even more so than the torn Spetsnaz uniform. We need this hiking backpack, and I'm gonna say let us buy the PKM. So we'll get rid of the boonie. This will never leave our face for the most part. And this here... forgive me while I figure this out. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Alright. So we've got our PKM2 gas mask on, which provides us radiation protection, which we're going to need over physical protection moving forward. We did sell our outfit, which means we're going to have to get another one. And in order to do so, we're going to take... we have 104 rubles. I can scrounge up... should be able to scrounge up enough stuff to make some money real quick. We're going to sell all 3 of our firearms. As well as all of this scrap. Yeah, this is, unfortunately, part of this is me going, we made a great trade there, and being like, oh, man, we made a serious error. That is alright. So we'll sell all this and get that Spetsnaz uniform, which we can fix over here on our sewing machine. We don't have a sewing machine, do we? Jesus. Wood, scrap, iron bars. Let us quickly take care of that then. Alright, that'll take 30 seconds. The rest of this will go sell, because we don't want to be running around without some form of protection. If the whole point was to get more weight allowance, then why are we reducing it? You know? Just doesn't make sense. I hate to see it all go, but... I suppose we can take the plastic home. How much money do we have now? 290. Alright. $255. Now, if we sell... Can't store items. There's no purpose in picking that up. And how much does this sell for? 50 rubles. That's alright, we'll find a weapon. No problem, we'll find a very good weapon coming up. We don't need any of that. We did get rid of all of our ammo, I do believe. Yeah, we sold the ammo with it. But that is just the nature of the beast, and unfortunately sometimes sacrifices have to be made inside the zone. And speaking of sacrifices and the zone, recently a viewer stated that they believe that the zone speaks to everyone differently. And that the zone is a living, breathing entity. It's a character in and of itself. The, as they said, the largest character in the Stalker universe. And I just thought that was awesome. What a fantastic take. "20 seconds and we'll have a Spetsnaz uniform. Military gas mask. Now where do we find these? We'll have to be on the lookout. I know where to get these. We've been purposely and actively avoiding... Oh wow. We have been avoiding bandits like the plague. But we can get a pretty cool outfit from them. Look at us. Looking like a true stalker. Now the backpack is obviously the most important part, but it holds just as much as our uniform. Unheard of. Unbelievable. 50 kilos apiece. Wow! Okay, we are... Yes. Okay, it has started. So I just try to click M as if I were to show you a map. So, 5 emissions. We have survived 5 emissions, which means we now have access to different zones. This one is radar. And within the radar zone, we have access to new gear. It's all very cool. So we're going to hop up in here and see what we can find. All sorts of good stuff, no doubt. Goodies galore. Now, if we wish to have a successful run here at the radar, we must start by going interior. The rest of this we can look at later. And I know what you're thinking, my Stalker fans. You're looking at this dilapidated hangar over here. You say, huh, that looks like where a burr would be. Luckily for us, there are no burrs. Luckily for us. Now, I know that there is an anomaly that messes with your mind. The green wisps, the will-o'-the-wisps, we have seen together. I believe we've seen them together. If not, that is an anomaly that exists. But so far, there are no mind melter mutants. Gonna hack our way through here. Very good. Condensed milk. Yes, I will take all of the condensed milk. There we go. Cut our way through here. And we are at the storage facility. Look at this. AK-74. No problem. No problem. Anti-rad, meds, military boxes. These are going to be our best friend. They hold so much loot. It is ridiculous and take up little to no space in our inventory. Fantastic. Through death we can shine. That our previous loner there who died, he died so this loner could run. He crawled on broken glass so this loner could sprint. Yeah, so now we get to enjoy the spoils. Look at all this, all these good sellable items. Fire trucks galore. Plastics. Glass. Look at the amount of materials. Look at these cables as well. Wow. We are so very lucky. So very lucky. Good thing that we got kitted up, huh? We did pick up 5.45 ammunition, correct? We only have 9 rounds though, so we must make them count. There we go. Oh, no dust cover on our AK. Man, for, you know, as durable as the Kalashnikov series of rifles are, it is still never good to, okay. It is still never good to just have their internal components exposed. You can fight me on that all you want. It is always good to have your weapon not exposed to the elements. It's not good for it. Alright. Very successful opening run here, my dearest stalkers. We're going to see what this blue car holds for us, as well as these cars in the lot over here. And then, cooking pot. I don't think that has really any value for us, does it? We don't really need the cables right now, because in order for us to need the cables, we need things to connect via cable. At this time, oh, joyous day, my god. Now we can start taking gun cleaning kits as well. Fantastic. Okay. Very good, very good. But we need to find more generators. Wind turbines, or craft wind turbines ourselves. I suppose we could be doing that. Oh. Alright. Looks like we might have to fire on the enemy here. Perhaps not. It seems like we can break contact here. Maybe right here. Very good. Alright, successful run. Let's go get filthy rich. Yes, give me all of the rubles. Give me all of the rubles, please. Дайте мне твои деньги, пожалуйста. Я хочу деньги. You know, we can make an absolute killing quickly. Suppose we can get rid of the rest of this. Yes. All right. So we'll start farming rubles once more the old-fashioned way by going out on mission and returning to Sirzes to sell them. This is not working totally how I intended, but hey, that is just how the zone is. The zone does not move because you ask it to. It never has, it never will, and that is just something we'll have to deal with, because we are in the zone after all. This is its turf. We are just a visitor. Alright, sweet. Now we can take all of this out of our safe, and we can start hoarding guns and ammunition here in these wooden boxes, as well as the safe, I suppose. Alright. Now we have 3 wheat. It's going to make us so unbelievably rich. I know I keep saying it. I know you've not yet to see it yet. But I promise you, we're going to have so much money as soon as we're able to get a planter. Alright, so I'm going to do a... Alright, so there I just realized I was doing a whole bunch of talking to myself. And just milling about, not really talking about anything, and all we did was switch over some stuff. Those wooden boxes are where we're going to try to keep our our weapon parts, our weapons and weapon parts. We're going to try to keep in those military boxes. Everything else can go in the safes. We have a bandit roving over here, which means most likely several more over here in this car park. Perhaps we can sneak through uncontested. Ooh. Hey, some of the anomalies aren't so bad. They're not all here to hurt us. I did not know that when walking into that, though. That was a leap of faith. I was just hoping that my foolishness was rewarded and not punished. Ooh. And we can really get some air with these spring traps. Springboard. What are they called? They were called springboard anomalies, weren't they? Alright, moving right along here. So when we're moving back, the radar should be to our right. That is our goal. Oh, my god, more wheat. Phenomenal. We're just gonna keep looting, picking up absolutely everything we can get our hands on to sell and continue making riches. We're gonna have a bite to eat as well as drink this condensed milk, though. I was not paying close enough attention to our statuses, and they were getting low. Niente problema, niente problema. Moving right along here. Ah, yes, that is the enemy I've been talking about. Armed with a piece... piece dead. Alright, we got him. No problem. We got him. So, we're going to try to do the loop-de-loop here and avoid him and move towards that garbage over there. Perhaps this garbage right here. Yes, there's always some good stuff in this little area. For the most part, there tends to be good stuff. Now, don't quote me. Don't quote me. I love that the tree grows right through the center of this place. Very cool. It is one of my favorite parts. Oh, look at this ammo. Military jacket. Very good. All sorts of good stuff here. Well, it is time for us to go, my dear friends. We must hurry back. God. The shadow of that radar is unbelievable. Something Misery does really well is the scale of objects. Like you know, you are inside of a map, And it does a good job of, you know, like Silent Hill 2 did with the fog rendering. It gives the illusion of the environments being a lot larger than they actually are, which I love. I absolutely love to death. But with its modeling, you know, like the radar tower, for example, because that's what I'm talking about right now. That radar tower is massive, and it really dwarfs you in comparison, you the player character. Alright, my friends, another mission survived. Let us look at our crafting options here. We need a ton of resources to craft some of these things. But for a small crop, 5 plastic, 2 wood. Alright, we're going to start production. Time now. I'm sick of waiting. Oh, I did not mean to pick that up. We're going to plant it, or make at least 3 of these small crops. We got 3 seconds left here. Alright. Fantastic. So we'll come over here. We'll only take the 3 that we have, but now it is time for this ash to come into play. I'm also going to turn on our incinerator to create more ash. Garbage. You only find the garbage out in the world, it seems. I don't think you can just produce trash by yourself. You see, we only have 40 units left there. Okay, so we move out and put these pots right here. Right? Sit them out, open them up, and we'll put trash in this one, as well as our wheat in the convert spot, right? To convert it into more wheat. 1 wheat equals 1 ruble. 1 wheat produces 3 rubles. You can make so much freaking money doing this. It is how I sustain myself entirely in my last foray into this, the solo world. All that excrement we've been leaving behind, we can use as compost, which I think is really cool. Because, you know, everybody goes. Might as well have a purpose for it, right? We're gonna have a cannon Tushanka here, and I'm gonna get us back out on the road. Get another expedition under our belt. Stepping out. Look at this. Wow, my god. Okay. Very good spawn here. This is a phenomenal spawn. Do you see those helicopters in the background there? That is where we're going. And we're going to move very... Oh, look at that. Perfect. And do you hear that whooshing? Behind us. Behind us is something very special. Very, very special. Okay, I'm going to kind of lay off the food. I say that, and I might not continue to do so, but we're going to kind of lay off the food, except for that jar of pickles. I'm going to pick up gasoline where we see it. I'm going to try to keep us stuffed. Wooden wind turbine, fantastic. Alright, so we're going to take off in a straight line here, a beeline for those helicopters. At those helicopters, underneath them are bunkers. And those bunkers have something very special inside them, hopefully. Oftentimes you can find AKs, Kiparis, all sorts of different guns over here. Oh, walked right into a bandit camp. That's okay. We are stronger, smarter, and faster than them. But we don't want to fight as brothers, so we're going to keep moving. There is a deer there we could take out, but I am really focused and dialed in on getting to this freaking bunker area here. Ah, yes, here we are, my dear friends. Alright, let's go ahead and get inside these bunkers and see what we can see. Bandages, anti-red, medkits. You'll see I'm missing some health. I had to take some screenshots just in case. Ooh, an RGD-5 and AK-74 mags. Fantastic. Moving right along here, my friends. Into the next bunker we go. Now this one contains a rifle. The humble Mosin. I shudder at the thought of how many people have lost their life at the hands of a Mosin rifle. Not the bayonet attached, but the Mosin itself being fired. We're gonna throw a couple rounds in here and clear this place out. Nothing here serves us. Continue on our quest for riches and spoils. If you can't tell, I really like this map. I think it's very cool. Oh, no. Over here next to this helicopter graveyard, there is another poppy field. Much like the first one we encountered, which means we'll have double the wind turbines, which means we can finally make these combiners that I've been talking about and start harvesting our energy. All right. Very good. All right, we're moving right along here. Look at all this gasoline we have procured, as well as another wooden wind turbine. No, it seems... Oh, man, did I do what I think I did? Oh, I did. What a dummy. Man, I struck the wind turbine, and I thought it was just coincidence, and it had landed in my inventory. It had not. I have successfully broken a free wind turbine. But that's all right, because we didn't have anywhere to put it. Not put it, but we didn't have anything to run into it. It would have just been generating power for no reason, much like the one we have at home currently is doing. Tomato seeds, cucumbers, bandages. Alright. We are getting filthy rich. Back home, our Bitcoin farm is working. Finally, we were able to utilize some of that. What is this? I don't like that for a second. You know what that reminds me of? Giant spiders. And my wife and I have a pet tarantula. I believe it is a Chilean rose hair, right? God, I say this as I'm walking in here. And I love our tarantula to death. I love spiders out in the wild. I love spiders in our house. It doesn't bother me as much as like a centipede does, for example, right? Regardless of our spider, being a pet per se, right? Now, giant spiders, like those depicted in media, one very, very prevalent in my mind right now is that Love, Death, and Robots episode where the captain of a space vessel gets lost in a time warp. I believe it's a time warp where oh my god, what was it? The freaking crew is all hallucinating. The captain is especially hallucinating. He thinks he's like the lone survivor, and he's talking to this woman the entire time. I'm sorry, I had to drop the thought and run, or else we were going to die right there. But so the captain he thinks that he's met someone else that's stranded, and he's just never going home, yada yada, and he starts questioning, and she's like, "No, I can't. You're not ready to see what's actually going on here." And he says, "No, show me." And then she does, and it turns out that he's been trapped there for a very long time. And she's like a spider alien demon that's been routing ships there purposefully in order to consume their life force. She lives off of their bodies. Yeah, that model that they used for that particular spider creature, it is haunting my dreams. It haunts my dreams on a regular basis. So, again, there's a little bit about me. Back here at Sears's, it's time for us to rid ourselves of all of this gasoline, as well as these game bricks, which I did not know you could stack. Good to know. And we'll sell these tomatoes. Oh, there's some excrement on the ground there. We'll sell these tomato seeds. Is that all? Is that all we have? And a cucumber. Get rid of that. And hopefully, we should have some wheat by now. Yeah, look at this. Very cool. Very, very cool. Drop this off here. Open this. Look at this. Did I not turn this on? That is my mistake. So we'll take these large crops and set them up as you would. And we'll pick up our excrement here. And start getting filthy rich. We'll never have to worry about money again. And I'm a rat by heart, I do believe. I like a good fight, but I also like to squirrel away my resources and hold on to them. We're working hard out here. And death is permanent. Well, I mean, it's not really permanent. You know what I mean. I like to keep our spoils to ourselves. I'm a greedy little rat. I'm a greedy little rat for sure. All right, folks, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm going to organize some stuff. All right. Hey there, folks. So we've got our things organized relatively well here. I am going to put this Mosin up for the time being. We've got arms, we've got meds and food. We have a dwarf that we stole. We got him intoxicated and we stole him. We have a computer on the ground, a deerskin rug, and a carpet on the wall. We are living a life of luxury. But here, my dear friends, is a combiner. And I'm going to show you what we can use this for. Well, first, we must take cables. And we don't have enough cable. But we can start. We're going to run these cables up here onto the roof. And then down our hallway here. Try to make this as neat and realistic as possible. 5 more points of connectivity. Nice. Just like that, we have a cable. And we're going to run this the same way to the same point. Keep it moving right along here. Drop this one down a little bit. All right, perfect. So we have ran the combined power of these two wind turbines, which is one apiece, correct? We have ran them into a combiner. So 2 power will flow off of this, and we don't need that yet. But right now, we have started something beautiful. Eventually, we're going to have nothing but wind power, and we're going to store all of that power down there in that bunker on those batteries, and it's going to be beautiful. And we're going to kick back and get rich the entire time we're doing it. But now would be a good time for us to punch back out into the zone and pick up the non-essentials that we had left behind on our first run there, as well as pick up some storage space, because we're always going to need storage space. Pick up this wood. We don't need another barbecue. 1 barbecue is plenty for 1 to 4 people, 1 to 5 people. I can't believe I broke that other wind turbine. It doesn't really put us behind. I mean, I guess compared to a lot of people that play this, we are behind. But, you know, I notice nowadays a lot of people play games fast, or they're trying to, you know, get to the end, and that is not what this channel is about or what it's ever going to be about. With all the frustrations I've had with this recording of The Evil Within, you know, I'm still trying to play it thoughtfully, you know, not just breeze through it. But we're going to be playing things slowly and enjoying our time playing them, you know. And right now, my favorite thing to do so far is decorate our base. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that. And if that's not for you, that's okay. You know, there's something for everybody out there. But I sure do like taking our time and, you know, enjoying what we're doing. And I understand if that's not your cup of tea. All right, my dear stalkers. We are doing fantastic here, and I am exceptionally proud of us. I am proud of us every day. We wake up and we face the horrors of the zone head on, unwavering. I'm very proud of us, and I have kind of forgot. I got a little excited there. I am, by all accounts, an excitable person, and I definitely forgot about the buccal detector being in our inventory, so we haven't been hunting for anomalies so much. Not a problem. We'll get right back on that, don't you worry. Starting now. Now, we have survived 7 emissions, and if you look down there in the bottom right-hand corner, it is now autumn. So our seasons have changed, and look at that beautiful radar. My God. There's 2 of them here. Okay. First, we take screenshots because, wow. Oh, I F11'd. Okie dokie. Video, game, show HUD, video. Alright, folks. Alright, now that I am done shamelessly taking screenshots, we have 2 radar domes to explore. And we have to hurry up if we want to hit both of them. Now, we did the right thing and got our equipment squared away early on in this episode. So we can carry all sorts of stuff. We don't have to worry about radiation too much. Later on, it is going to be a problem. But I haven't made it that far in my free time, let alone on the channel. So I know that there's some scary stuff to come. Oh, our axe broke. Oh, that is such bad timing. Okay, no problem, no problem. We just have to sneak our way back out of here. Now, do we risk finding an axe over here in this building, or do we run straight home, where we know we have one? I think we risk it. Now, our mental health is going to take a hard strike here, but that's alright. Some radios, we can sell those. 40 rubles in our pocket. If there's no axe here, we're running home. Okay, we can't get through. Alright, I made a bit of an error. But that is okay. Sometimes you miss the minor details, and the minor details are normally what bite you in the back when you're not looking. But the axe lasts a pretty long amount of time. This one is at 100. We're going to take that with us. That other axe you saw, we've had that since the start. Well, since the second start. Unfortunately, this series has ran into several problems as well. I couldn't believe that when I looked over at OBS and noticed that it wasn't recording. I know that story because it happened to me, but if I told that story, I am sorry, my dear stalker friends. I had sat down to record Misery Part 3 2 days ago, and sat down, everything was going fine. I hopped in, and for some reason I had exited out of the screen, the game screen. I had to do something, yada yada. Well, I recorded a full hour and 45-minute playthrough, and I just happened to glance over at OBS, and there was nothing. So I had to walk away from my desk here and have a little bit of a breather. And I ended up recording, I think that's the day that World of Horror came out. Ooh, look at this, a Caparis. Fantastic. And a magazine. We are going to stop picking up some of these. Ah, cool. Very cool. Huh. Awesome. I have not seen that item yet, so I was just admiring it. Very happy to see that. Now, that will be the first thing we drop in the event we find better loot, which we most likely will going forward. But, alright, nonetheless, I had sat down to record. I did an hour and 45 minutes. Everything was going fine. Had a great run. So much cool stuff. And then I realized that I had not recorded, so I did World of Horror that day, which is one of my favorites. I have a bunch of fun playing World of Horror. It is a wee bit complicated at first. It took me, I have probably 200 hours, 300 hours in World of Horror. It took me a while to get the rhythm of it, and as you can see from that playthrough, I am not good at that game. World of Horror was also it was put up for a Steam award for the best game that you suck at, and I think that's hilarious because you honestly could not describe that game better. It is such a good game, so cool, so many scary urban legends that you encounter, and fight directly. I mean, it is a adventure, exploration, combat game. But anyways, I'm getting I'm getting lost here. Yeah, it's a blast to play, and should check that out if you haven't yet. Oh, wow, look. Looks like a little military camp here, perhaps. Or a bandit camp. Look at all this beer. Too bad we can't sell the Piva to Barman because he's stingy. We're going to light this campfire, though. Perhaps at a later date, they'll allow us... this seems like a bad idea. Yeah, okay. So these creatures you see, which we're going to skedaddle before they catch wind of us, those are called swampers. Swampers hit very hard, and they're the cause of a lot of frustration for new and late game players, because it doesn't seem to matter. Is there another massacre up here? It doesn't... Oh my god, I thought the emission was coming. But it doesn't seem to matter what gear you have equipped. They tend to one-shot you. And that is frustrating for anybody. We're gonna jump on down here. Have a sip of cola. Also a sip of this energy drink. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. No space or weight, really. Alright, we're gonna drop that. We don't have space nor weight, I guess. Let's eat all this rice. See if we can move our gasoline up here. Yes, we can. Alright, playing Tetris on the move is not fun. I don't particularly like doing it. But there are some things that have to be done. Alright, we're just going to leave that for now. So, again, back to... I like decorating. Decorating the base is probably my favorite. Look at all these little Matryoshka dolls everywhere. Hello? Is there anything here for me? Aside from the time fall. I feel like I walked into something I shouldn't have seen. You know? You get that feeling too? What is in here? Yeah, like inside of this building that's boarded up. Look at all these bodies set on fire. God, could you imagine if your last moment was spent burning like that? How awful. Alright. We are loaded up with goodies, though. Perhaps we go home, or perhaps we hit the radar. I'd really like to see what we can see at this other radar. There's just so much. That is also a new environment for me. It's my first time seeing that. Very cool. Perhaps I ran past it in another playthrough. But this is not another playthrough. This is our playthrough, and that was really interesting to see. I wonder what the story is with these people. What has happened to them? And remember, we are in between these two radar towers. You know, because they don't look like people. And they're in poses that make them seem like civilians, but are they really civilians? Or are they infected? Were they people that got infected because they stayed in the zone? Or, you know, when the visit happened, these, you know, it distorted them? Complicated decisions to be made here. Complicated decisions, no doubt. Alright, awesome. So it seems as if we can... Oh. Almost ran us headlong into this anomaly field. Let me know what you guys call these spikers. Let me know if they have an actual name. Let me know if Zaslavie has come out with anything. Oh. Ah, yes. We are inside. And therefore impervious to an airstrike. Very good. But let me know if Zaslavie has officially named any of these anomalies, or if the player base has. Trying to do a better job of keeping up with some stuff, especially on the Steam page at least. I have been following updates. You know, there I go rambling again. Please pay no mind. All right. We don't need any more. Oh wow. Okay, so the vest does nothing, it seems. Does it? I'll try to quickly see if this does anything for us. No. Wait, perhaps? Ah, yes, okay. So it doesn't hold items. Alright, forgive me there. I have not seen that item before. I got very excited when I did. More AK mags and such. All things that we expect to see within the radar. And now we are going to hit the road, my stalker friends. We have places to go and people to meet. The former over the latter, no doubt. No doubt. We're going to sneak through here and take this wooden wall, or this rock wall, all the way down. And after that, I think I'm going to let you go. I have been recording for 1 hour and 41 minutes. Who knows? We might punch out one more time. This might just be a really long episode. Oh. Back here at Sears's. Go see our junk dealer friend. We're going to sell all the antennas and gasoline we can sell. Get rid of all that nonsense. Yes. Fantastic. Seems we've made 56 rubles. Now, we can sell our AKs to dealer, and since we do have one AK, I'm going to sell this one. Perfect. And then why not convert that money we just made? Let us sell this Kaparis as well. It uses 9mm. We'll just keep hoarding ammo, but what we'll do is buy 545 ammo. Alright, so we got 2 full magazines. That's a bit of a ripoff for 90 rubles. Sell 2 100% durability, fully functioning firearms for less than what it costs to buy ammo. Insane. But he does not know that at home we have this production going. No, he does not know that. And it is not his fault for not knowing. Because we don't tell everyone our secrets, now do we? Alright, now let's put all of our ammunition... We'll hold on to our rubles. But we'll put all of our ammunition up. We'll keep stacking these military boxes here. As well as stacking some here, I believe. It's going to be our loot corner. Everyone should have a loot corner. Where else are you going to put all your spoils of war? Very good. We'll take no space or weight, really, for the radios. All right. Back we go. So you saw me pick up the... Oh, wow, look at this. Holy crap. You saw me pick up the ash there, right? Yeah, we're going to continue to fuel this fire. Continue to get handsomely rich. But we have to be able to keep up with them, so we're going to go make a ton of money, and then we're going to come back and continue farming since we've hit the 2 major locations back there. Alright, I think I sold 1 more wheat than I wanted to, but that is alright. Because you got to hold on to some of your wheat in order to make any money, right? In order to turn it around and, you know, continue the process of flipping wheat. That's alright. We'll just have to hold on to one of these, correct? So we'll keep 3 of these here, and these 3 wheat will be the ones that get returned, right? All right. All right, and now you see it's a total money-making racket. And we have the monopoly. And for all that time, we spent getting ripped off there at Sears's. You know, now who's laughing? Because it's not I. It's not you and I, is it? Alright, we are going to go to Sears's, though, and wait out this emission. Yeah, we're running a little bit past time here, but that's okay. I'm going to take us down to Sears's, get everything sold, and I'll get you guys on your merry way. Alright, welcome back, stalkers. Another emission survived, and we are doing just fine here in the zone. Let's check our axe status. So we're at halfway with the axe. We're going to run. I said I was going to let you go. I lied. I'm going to grab some of our munitions here. We're just going to grab a Mosin. We're going to grab the Mosin as well as 14. Let's make it 20 rounds of ammunition. We're going to take some vitamins, an anti-red, and a frag just in case we get into trouble. We're going to... Oh, we have another axe. Phenomenal. Okay. We're going to take this little loadout here. And we're going to go see what we can see. This has been a chill playthrough, and I kind of intend to keep it that way until we get into some unavoidable conflict, but... You know, Stalker's about exploration and, you know, the unknown. It's not so much about killing everything. At least for me, it's not. When I play Stalker, when I play the games, I am a true loner. I keep to myself. I don't concern myself with factions and people. You know, it blows my mind. I mean, I guess it doesn't blow my mind. Everyone's different, but, you know, people are duty fans or freedom fans. You know, I can work independently of you and not share your ideology. Absolutely. But enough about zone politics. We are in a different zone. This zone does not have the same rules as the zone that we are so used to. Oh, and that commenter said, "Good luck with your book." And I promised you all that I would talk more of that, and I just never did because I can't seem to keep my ducks in a row here. I'm gonna have to, like, I'm doing this all off top. There's no schedule, except for the one that I've, like, loosely set in my brain. All this is done on command. You know, I don't have a script. No one writes for me. It is just me talking into a microphone whenever I feel like doing so. And it's usually in the evenings too. That's just when I like to, when I like to be on the computer. But, ooh, man, we're getting torn up. We had no choice but to run through that, though. Hopefully, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, hopefully we didn't get too messed up there. But I am writing a stalker themed book, and it takes place much closer to the roadside picnic version of Stalker than anything else. But it does draw inspiration from the zones that we know and love, where, stalkers are going into the zones illegally. The military has cordoned off, an exclusion zone. In the world I'm creating, we follow a protagonist named Wendy, and he takes us throughout the strange world. I had 10 chapters complete, and it was a little too specific for me. So I have since turned around and began rewriting the chapters over. It's going to be 13 chapters in total by the time it's finished, and I do intend to make it a series, like I tend to do everything else. But this new version is going to be a lot more, like, leaning much more heavily into the unknown rather than, like, having a definitive story. And I'm not particularly new to writing, but this would be my first full-fledged novel. I have a couple other things in the works, more gritty, realistic crime stuff. Who knows if those will ever see the light of day. But with the Stalker novel, I noticed myself, like, straying too far away from what makes the zone, because I was worrying about the characters, and that's usually not me, It is difficult to write an environment versus a character, though. I'll tell you that from my experience. But I'm rambling. Anyways, so that's coming soon. Follows a character on his exploration of the zone, and it focuses on, like, the long-term survival that you would see, and the, people carving out their own niche in a world where they should not exist. Because to the zone, we're kind of a parasite, aren't we? Well, this is going to delve into what the zone does in response to a parasite and whatnot, and I really don't like those. Grocery store, perhaps? Yeah. Magazine? Kvass, tomato, all sorts of good stuff. Can we pick up any of these toys? No. No, we cannot. About 3/4 of the way on food and water. really not too much of value here. In this this particular zone, it doesn't seem like there's too much of value as a whole. But that is alright. Continue moving through, see what we can see. Ah! Yes, very good. I guess, not what I wanted to do. That, a gas stove. We're gonna take that home. I believe that only requires 4 units of power. To power. We're gonna, another car battery, and we are just about full up here, exiting the flooded village. Home is that way. For them, as far as we know, home is that way. I've kind of got us turned around here. At least it turned around in my head. Perhaps it'll come to us. Ooh. I hear wet, squishy footsteps, which I can only assume is a swamper. And I'm telling you folks right now, we don't want that smoke at all. We want to avoid the swampers at all costs. Oh! God, okay. Yes, I am running through an anomaly field. I am well aware and I apologize. My God, I really should have reconsidered that. We ran through that whole freaking anomaly field. It's okay. We ourselves didn't get injured too much, but we did lose 50 points off of our Spetsnaz uniform there, so. And a plague doctor. Very cool. This is bandit turf after all. We're just gonna loot them, loot their things, and keep moving on. Back there you saw we picked up a sledgehammer. That's very good for us, because we can now knock out walls in our base. It seems like they buffed the... Unless these bandits had already gotten to an engagement, which they very well could have, considering that plague doctor back there was dead, then they buffed the Mosin, because this used to take 2 to 3 shots to kill, which it very well still might, but perhaps not. Perhaps we're lucky. Alright, I believe we are up and over this strange patch of earth. I love that the color palette changes with the seasons. Yes, here's the deer we killed. Here is the deer we killed. Moving right along here. The entrance to the tunnel should be right over here. Right? You stay where you are. He says to the static anomaly. Right? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so tell me how this compass makes any sense whatsoever. Maybe someone can explain. You know, I used to use compasses for work frequently, and I was just fine. Just fine at using a compass, and now I struggle in a video game. Is it actually messed up, or am I losing my marbles? Someone please help me. Alright, back here, we've got quite a few things to sell. More gasoline to sell. We know the gasoline is going to provide us with money. Very good. I said we'd keep the next trophy we found, didn't I? Well, I'm going to be a man of my word. And we are going to keep that. Take the rest of our things. Have a drink and a bite to eat here. And then we're going to take the rest of our things back home. And I am officially going to let you guys go. We just hit over 2 hours record time. Look at that. Knock, knock. I suppose we'll start on this wall. These sledgehammers only can do 1 or 2.5. Perhaps it's, yeah, it's got to be 2.5. 2.5 walls. Yeah, so there it goes. We'll get that at a later time, later date. We're going to start setting up our base here. Even more so than we already were. Look at this. We got an upgrade, an expansion. Very good. Very cool. Very cool. I am absolutely over the moon. Look at all this good stuff. And we've actually been recording the entire time, so we don't have to redo anything. And that, my friends, that is what we like to hear. Look at this. Oh, wow. Very official. Now, what does it take for us to make a sewing kit? I know it takes some deer. What else does it take? Oh, deer and wood. Well, it takes forever to create. Okay. Well, while that is working, we're going to do some organizing here. All right, my friends. Well, we have had quite the successful episode here. We are armed and dangerous and have plenty of resources under our belt. Hello, my dear friends. Autumn has come. If you look, the leaves falling are now an orangish red, a brown, orangish brown. Look at that. You can see the textures changes. Oh, it is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Much like real life, fall has fallen. And we have a new Spetsnaz uniform. We've done great in this part. We have a gas mask, a Spetsnaz uniform. We are armed to the teeth, although we have sold a lot of our gear. But that's all right. Now, if you like this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. More content on the way as always. More Stalker content to come. I have so much stuff in the works. I've talked about it in some of the other videos. We got all sorts of stuff coming. So stay tuned. Got plenty of cool stuff on the way. Something for everybody, no doubt. Been playing a lot of Half Sword recently, and I've been enjoying that quite a lot. So, well, Stalkers, we got our operation, our Bitcoin mining up and running. Perhaps in the next part, we have a barbecue, and we invite all of our Gopnik friends and Gopnikas. Sound good? Oh, and here comes the emission. My dear friends, none of this is possible without you. I appreciate you all so very much. And with that, I am going to let you go. Remember to mind the gap, Stalkers. Mind the gap. And have a good one.